you're telling people on there you're going.
Waiting for it now.
You didn't bring a drink up either.
I'm alright.
We'll just talk quicker.
Yeah. Alright, let's go.
Hi everybody, welcome to show 319 Aussie Mac Zone. We're coming in a little bit early today because it's a public holiday.
And it's hotter than Satan's old fella, but yeah.
So, Zarn, how are you?
Fantastic, Michael.
Excellent. Tonight we're here with the assistance of IT Help to You and Microseconds. And still again, big thanks to all our firefighters, our defence personnel, our volunteers across Australia and all the visiting ones from overseas. A very big thank you. And don't forget also our wildlife workers and volunteers, very important as well.
Yes, very much so.
Now, our Aussie Apple Ramblings this week. Happy Australia Day holiday, everybody. That's the first thing. So, now, Sydney embracing contactless transport payments with 30 million journeys clocked so far. The state government will be launching a digital Opal card this year. ZDNet reports the New South Wales government has touted its contactless payment its public transport payment system success, as 30 million journeys have been taken using debit or credit cards or linked devices such as smartphones or watches since 2017. Well, soon as how we've only been able to do it for a little while. Anyway, after introducing the first trial back in July 2017, it must have been for the staff only or something, the state government said around 1.5 million journeys are paid for without an Opal card in an average week. The feature allows commuters to pay via PayPass or PayWave function on either debit or credit cards, including smartphones and any smart devices that have NFC payment capability, in lieu of using an Opal card. The New South Wales government is powering ahead with more innovative payment options for those using our Opal network, as people continue to move away from cash and even more recently cards, Acting Minister for Transport and Roads Paul Toole said on Friday. We know digital wallets are becoming more common, so being able to pay a fare with a mobile phone or smartwatch is just another added convenience for commuters. Toole said the government is aiming to create more digital products, including the digital Opal card, which it plans to roll out in a trial phase this year.
Awesome. I was going to ask about that, and it answered my question. Excellent.
Well, I don't know why we need an Opal card, a digital Opal card.
So that'll be for pensioners and things like that, because if you're paying with PayWave and things like that, they don't know that you're a pensioner.
True, good point.
So the digital Opal card, and that's why I was going to ask, because my nan, she gets all our hand-me-down iPhones. Would be able to put her Opal card on her phone then and just use her phone. And she loves all that technology. My nan's 87 years old and loves our technology, especially all the Apple stuff we give her.
Excellent, of course. So the Opal card requires commuters to tap on when beginning a trip via bus, train, light rail or ferry, and tap off when they reach their final destination on services operating in Sydney and many of its suburbs. The function was made available on Sydney Trains network and on any New South Wales TrainLink Opal service in November 2018. It followed the state government, alongside Cubic, kicking off a trial in July that saw commuters use a MasterCard or mobile wallet to tap on and off some ferry services in Sydney. The trial was then extended to Visa and American Express cardholders in March 2018, allowing the use of all three card types on ferries and one light rail service. Well, I think we only had one light rail service. Sydney buses were the last piece, allowing the function in September. Now, speaking in July, Minister for Transport and Infrastructure Andrew Constance outlined his vision for the future of transport in the state that is home to over 22% of Australia's population, saying the government was looking to rely heavily on data, biometrics and real-time access. Among other things, Constance said the government is focused on making the public transport journey easier and faster for customers. I'm sure we'll see new forms, frictionless transport payments not too far off, he said. These new forms, Constance said, would give commuters an Amazon Go-like experience. Similar to Amazon's walkout technology in shops where customers scan their phones at the door, grab the items they want and walk right out and their account is automatically charged, Constance continued. In the transport space, we use facial recognition technology to scan customers who have opted in and link their Opal account. So no more gate barriers, just a smooth journey.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah, as long as you happen to have your face scanned. Constance reiterated his recently outlined vision for subscription-based transport services, comparing it to the way people consume Netflix. In essence, you sign up for a nominal fee each week or month, and all the different pricing for public and private providers will be built into this, whether it be an Uber or rideshare car, bicycle or a metro train, he explained. Might sound like a pipe dream, but it's almost a reality in London, and we use the same system London does.
No, that's correct, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it's unrealistic to see this kind of service being introduced in Sydney in the near future. Seamless, customer-focused Opal transport.
Look, I'm all for this. I think this is fantastic. What I'd want to see, though, if the government was going to introduce this, is a huge helping hand to the elderly population, again to our senior pensioners and things like that. So they still can take kids to the zoo and all that sort of stuff, and not have to worry about, oh my God, I need to get online, or I need to do this, or I need to do that. And so if they're going to do this, it needs to be explained to them how to do it, when to do it, where to go, and just really sort of they need to make sure that these people and people with disabilities that are doing like day programs and stuff like that and participating in the community, this all needs to be sorted out and shown how to use this sort of travel so they can also be a part of the community.
No, it's important. Very important.
Yep.
Now, ride-hailing added to the Opal app and Transport New South Wales Trip Planner. So more from ZDNet. Cars on Demand, Ola and Ingogo are now travel options for Transport New South Wales Trip Planner. Now, the Trip Planner has announced that some taxi and rideshare providers that operate in the area are now included as an option for how people can travel to their destination in the latest iteration of Trip Planner. In addition to existing options, public transport, walking and cycling, people can now view the cost and journey duration of their trips if they choose to travel with Cars on Demand, Ola or Ingogo.
Ingogo and Ola. I wonder why they've excluded.
No, they haven't. They haven't yet.
Yeah, all right.
Travellers also have the option to book their trips from Trip Planner, where they are then directed to the third-party operator's website or app. A Transport for New South Wales spokesman said that partnering with third-party operators, customers now have more options to choose from when and where they travel. Excellent. We are really excited to offer customers more choice on how to get from A to B, allowing them to create a trip planning experience that is more personal, flexible and streamlined across transports. Official digital channels including web, app and voice assistant, the spokesman said. The decision to offer ride sharing and taxis comes off the back of a state government's Future Transport 2056 strategy, where transport service providers were invited in May as part of an innovation challenge to join a trial to include their services in Trip Planner. Over 20 operators applied. According to the selection criteria, operators were required to share their data sets and APIs to link with Trip Planner and had to demonstrate their solutions are of high quality, compliant with all applicable laws, and that solve customers' problems in an innovative way. During the trial, Transport for New South Wales will examine the accuracy of the data and their overall user experience. The spokesman added it has not ruled out the opportunity to work with other third-party providers in the new year. We look forward to working with more third-party providers in the new year and enable them to share information for the trip planner. While Uber has not been included in the list of go-live operators, a spokesman for Uber said the company is exploring a wide range of ways to partner with transport agencies across Australia. They just have to get their act together and do it properly, or not rip people off, or...
Yeah, do it properly, make sure they're paying the right amount of tax.
Yeah. There might be but we're only assuming here, right? Guessing.
That's right. These are all assumptions on my behalf. Excellent. Government urged to promote encryptions in national cybersecurity strategies. Stronger encryptions?
Yeah.
That's better. Encryptions requirements, protection of
decentralized
internet and awareness programs are some of the suggestions put forth recently by technology experts to the National Security Council
Secretariat
to strengthen cybersecurity in India. The suggestions came just ahead of India's national cybersecurity strategy. The National Cybersecurity Strategy 2020 is scheduled to be released before February this year. Last year, the government had asked for input from technology, think tanks and the public on issues including access to data, stored overseas, misuse of social media platforms, international corporations, on cybercrime and cyber terrorism and others. According to ET Report, the Centre of Internet and Society, or CIS, has said that the government must strengthen legal and technical security standards and allow for cross-border sharing of data by focusing on a solution to the Mutual Legal Assistance Treaty process. Internet Freedom Foundation, or IFF, has also said that the policy should promote encryptions, protect decentralized internet, encourage robust data breach reporting mechanisms, and prohibit the use of malware and reward the community of security researchers. MS.
Yeah, but...
That's you.
But will they include the encryption recommendation? That's the biggest recommendation is encryption. First one for everybody, like all the cyber security people want encryption, and then the other half of the government says, "Oh, we want to get into the phone." So
yeah.
So that's why I'm just wondering about the encryption recommendation, whether we actually see that in the last list.
Okay. If we're glistening like vampires from early noughties movies, it's because it's so hot in here. We don't want all souls. Well, maybe we do, but we're going to get them in a better way than those movies and the books.
Reminder: we are brought to you by Microseconds. I know Microseconds.
My apologies.
I've been associated with Microseconds for more than 30 years now, knowing them, working for them, doing work for them, helping them out. So Microseconds, they're a second-hand Apple dealer. So they get machines that are end of life that people, end of lease machines. They get them. They make sure they're all good. They give you a warranty. The price is right. They fix if there is a challenge. They fix them straight away. Unlike some other companies that I'm aware of that take 2 or 3 months, which is unfortunately it's legal.
Yep.
To take that long to fix something after there's been a problem. So so I can personally recommend Microseconds. They're in Ultimo, and they do ship anywhere around the world. Second-hand Apple equipment.
So that's amazing. Shipping anywhere and around the world. Why wouldn't you use them?
That's right, and the price is right, and the quality is great.
Excellent. Thank you, Microseconds, once again,
yes,
for being our sponsor.
That's right. gaming.
Excellent. So the first game I'm going to talk about is called Super Mega Mini Party. And so this is a one game, but inside that game it has, I think, off the top of my head, I think it was 12 different games in there. And they're just little games that are fun to try, and you got to sort of beat your own time. You're riding a bike or a backflip, doing a backflip, jumping things. And then there's one where you're a penguin and you have to jump walrus and things like that. They're just little silly mini games that are just fun to play. And you can either play solo or online, so you can actually play against other people, which is great because I had that discussion about Pac-Man where you couldn't just wait in the lobby for someone to join you or you join them. This one you can just jump in, join a party, and play with other people. It's great. So check it out. I really like it. It's like I said, it's just a little bit of fun. You don't, it's nothing serious. It's not like you're going on quests or anything like that. It literally just, just a little bit of a time waster when you want to sort of unwind. Check it out and have a go. So that's Super Mega Mini Party. And
hello, Dutch.
Oh yeah.
Yahtzee. Yats.
Yats.
Dutch Yats is watching. Hello, Dutch Yats.
Hey, Haas.
Sorry, go for it.
Yeah. Second game is called Patterned. This is a completely different game. This is a puzzler. So you're getting paintings that are black and white. They're not coloured in. You're given squares and shapes that then you need to match up to the sketch. The more you fill in, the more colour comes alive. Again, this isn't a massive quest game. It's a puzzle game, and it's just fun to do. I like puzzles and jigsaws and things like that, and this is what it is. It's on the phone, but it's just on your phone. So it's I like the patterned. I like patterned because it makes you think, and so that's basically a brain game. And if you're exercising your brain, you got a better chance of it working better.
That's right. Exactly.
Did that make sense?
It keeps working longer too.
That's right, and it keeps working longer. So that's Super Mega Mini Party and Patterned. They're both Apple Arcade games. They're both really fun to play. Patterned is, again, it's a puzzle game. If you're not into that sort of thing, you're not going to be like, oh, this is the best thing I've ever played. But if you are into jigsaws and that sort of stuff, then it is really good. So check them out. Thanks. Entertainment.
Yeah, so they released some more Apple Arcade released some more games this week. So if you're still in, go for it because there's definitely more there. So
Billie Eilish became the first solo woman, youngest act to win Triple J Hottest 100. The countdown is officially over. Who made the top 10? Billie Eilish is 18. Who is 18, has broken 2 records to become the first woman and the youngest person to win the Triple J Hottest 100. She took out the title with her song Bad Guy off the album When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? It's a great title for an album, by the way. I've only heard a few songs of hers. I actually really like her music, what I've heard of it. But that title grabbed me then. I really like that. Yeah. She has 5 other songs in 5 other songs in the countdown as well. Yeah.
Well, it's over a year.
Yeah,
and she made a big impression this year.
She really did. She's everywhere at the moment. So 18-year-old Los Angeles artist Billie Eilish has become the first solo female act and the youngest person to win Triple J's Hottest 100. She also equaled Wolf Mother's record, 6 songs in one countdown. She took out the title for her infectious hit Bad Guy. The song features a sample of a Sydney traffic light, so we're using the same creative accounting that had us calling Denzel Curry's Bulls on Parade. And what?
Bulls on Parade? An Australian song
to call.
That's something about calling them Australian songs, not because they're made in Australia, but because they've got Australian stuff in them. So
okay. Bulls on Parade is I didn't know there was another song called Bulls on Parade. Anyone I know of is Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah.
Australian song. We're calling that an Australian song too. That's crazy, Ms. Ollie said in her post with her post-win interview from the bedroom where she wrote the song. Thank you guys for that. That's insane. She added, I love Australia. I've only had good experiences there. The teenage girl said, it's so sad what's happening there. She's obviously talking about the bushfires.
Yeah.
If it's reaching there and she knows, then that's fantastic too. She said she's relaxing ahead of the Grammys, where she'll probably pick up a couple more accolades, which is awesome. Yeah. She deserves it.
Which is happening as we're talking now. The Grammys are on. Yeah.
So that's excellent. She deserves it. Like what I've heard is fantastic. So,
excellent.
Yeah.
Now, another entertainment one is my wife and I took in episode 1 of Apple TV Plus Little America series the other night.
Yeah.
It was the story of a young boy who ran his parents' motel while they were deported. Now, as in, he started when he was like 11 or something. Running. Yeah. Had one of his dad's mates just sort of be the
face.
Yeah, but like you had to be there. Yeah, you had to watch it to understand it. It was interesting enough for us to want to watch more episodes.
Excellent.
So we're actually looking forward to that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's Little America on Apple TV Plus.
Yeah, it was good.
Check it out if you've got Apple TV Plus.
Yeah. And there's stuff coming on TV at the moment that just doesn't interest me. So
yeah,
I'll be watching more of this. And don't forget, we are here with the assistance of IT Help to You. Keeping IT simple, keeping it simple, whichever way you want to put it. If you need some Apple help or Apple to Windows talking help, Apple to networking help, give us a call. It's as simple as that. If you're sitting in front of the machine, give us a call and we'll see what we can do. The only time we don't normally take a call is while we're doing the show live.
If you want to call us live, you can. We'll talk to you.
So yeah, that's us. So what else have we got?
Hey Rodney, how you doing, mate? Thanks for watching. G'day Sally, thanks for watching.
Rodney, Sally, excellent. That's what we like to see. Now, what about how to clear the cache on your iPhone and iPad? Matt Rumours shows us how. If your iPhone or iPad storage space is dwindling at an alarming rate, or your device feels like it's getting slower, then you could benefit from clearing the cache that apps use. Cache data includes all the files and images that are kept in your device's memory, which is meant to help apps avoid having the request the same data repeatedly and therefore keeping things speedy, in theory. In fact, it's possible for an overzealous app to fill up your iPhone's cache to the point where overall performance takes a hit. So the good practice to spring clean the cache now and then again to ensure your device isn't bogged down unnecessarily. The following steps clear all cookies and web data cached on your device by Safari, and although autofill information remains unchanged, note that when you clear Safari browsing history on a device running iOS 11 or newer, the same logs are cleared on any other devices signed into the same iCloud account. In other words, if you do it on your phone, it'll wipe your iPad and it'll wipe your Mac.
Yeah.
Now, open the Settings app on your iPhone or iPad and scroll down to Safari in the list. Scroll to the Privacy and Security section and tap the blue Clear History and Website Data option near the bottom of the menu. Note that this setting might be greyed out if there is already no history to clear or if parental controls are set for websites. 3. Tap Clear History and Data in the pop-up pane to confirm. Now, what about for doing it for third-party apps? The way to clear the cache used by third-party apps on your iPhone varies from app to app. For example, there's a cache reset option for Slack in the main Settings app, Settings, Slack, Reset Cache on next launch. While you can control the storage that individual WhatsApp conversations use from within the chat app, Settings, Data and storage usage, Yeah, but if there's an app that you suspect is unnecessarily hoarding data on your phone, but you can't find an equivalent option to clear its cache, then the best alternative is to check the iOS iPhone storage screen. We launch the Settings app on the iPhone or iPad, tap General, tap iPhone Storage. A list of all apps, including stock apps on your iOS device, will load in order of size, with the largest apps listed first. Tap an app in the list that is taking up unnecessary amount of space. Now, 2 uninstall options are presented on the screen. Tap Offload App to unload the app but preserve any documents and data. These are reinstated if you later reinstall the app, or tap Delete App to remove the app and all related data for your device. It's worth scrolling down the iPhone storage list and looking at the last used data underneath the title of each app. If it's been several weeks or months since you opened an app, or it says never used, consider uninstalling it. And here's another one.
Oh, yeah.
So, you use your Apple Watch as a screen for checking the video of the iPhone main lens. So thanks to Matthew Casanelli of Smart Tech Today and other podcasts for this. Say you're wanting to shoot using the main cameras on your phone, therefore you can't see the display. So when you're holding up in front of you, you can't see the display.
Yep.
But you're trying to get you with something in the background on the higher on the better quality cameras and the wider angle cameras, etc.
Yep.
So you just turn your watch around so that the display is on the inside of your wrist, and you hold it up in front of you that way. So you're looking at the display of your watch. That shows you that you're in frame, and
that's really cool.
Yeah, it's not hard to do.
Yeah.
It's a bit difficult to master because you're holding it and you're trying not to hold your hand at an angle and blah blah blah. But once you get the hang of it, and I'm sure you'll master it in a short amount of time. Now,
Google confirms Chrome security shocker. All paid extensions updates suspended. Forbes explains, Google has confirmed that all commercial paid for extensions have been temporarily suspended from being published or updated to the Chrome web store. A significant increase in the number of fraudulent transactions involving paid Chrome extensions that aim to exploit users have been cited and as the reason. Google takes preemptive action. I'm hopeless today. I swear to God, it's the heat. It is the heat.
It is the heat, yes.
Preemptive action to protect users. Google has a decent enough track record of getting security right. Not that it's perfect, of course. None of it is. We're all just trying our best. More than often not. However, Google is good at taking preemptive security action, such as updating the Chrome browser to double-check coding, signing certificates following the Windows 10 curveball crypto vulnerability. Jesus, I can't talk today. Revelations recently. Google suspended the publishing of paid items from the Chrome web store. Now, in a surprising turn of events, Google has taken the unprecedented step. Unprecedented. Oh my God. Unprecedented. This is live. You can't get this. Step to suspend all paid items from the Chrome web store to protect users from fraudulent transactions. Posting by Google Chrome extensions developer advocate Simon Vincent confirms that an upturn in such extension-driven transaction fraud occurred earlier this month. Due to the scale of this abuse, we have temporarily disabled publishing paid items, Vincent wrote. Adding to the temporary measure was being imposed to stem this influx as we look for longer-term solutions to address the broader pattern of abuse. How will this impact the Chrome extension you're already using? What does this mean to users? Well, any Chrome extension that is offered on a commercial basis, be that one of fee or subscription, or even has its app purchases, will no longer be updated while the ban is in place. New commercial extensions will not be allowed to publish to the Chrome web store, according to ZNet. Existing extensions will still work, but extension developers can't push new updates.
So they've obviously found a way to not word their terms right or something. So they might say it's $1 a month, and then you find out, but if you keep using it, it's $1 a hit or something like that. Yeah. Just little things like that. So the $1 a month looks really big, and the $1 a hit's 50 pages into the terms. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but it's for paid extensions.
We've had similar things happen with apps which are no longer on the App Store for Apple. It's basically one of the kids' games. Actually, you remember we spoke about it, and it was $1.99 for the game, and we're like, oh, awesome, there we go. There's $2, but that was for the first month. But the terms for that wasn't until way down, and then they hit you for $83. And we're like, no. But Apple were really good. We contacted them straight away, and they refunded the money. And I'm guessing Google are doing the same, and they're stopping it from happening.
But this is just browser extensions. It's not apps or it's just browser extensions. That's things like ones to stop the ads showing up, or tracking you, or all that sort of stuff. So anyway, it's interesting. It's important that we know about it.
It is.
And well done, Google, for turning it off.
Absolutely, and hitting straight away too.
And there's going to be there might be 20 legitimate people getting screwed because they're not getting them monthly payments and stuff for the work that they've done. And there might be 5,000 people that are illegal. So stuff them. But I'm sorry for the 20 people that are.
Absolutely.
Suffering. Now, iOS 13 privacy focus has seen background location tracking fall 68%. 9 to 5 Mac reports Apple's decision to be much more proactive in alerting users to background location tracking in iOS 13 has resulted in a 68% drop in the location data collected by apps. The issue has also seen greater media attention, with many people now learning about the existence of commercial location tracking databases. iOS has long offered users control over whether and when an app can track your location. But iOS 13 introduced two changes that have made users much more aware of the issue. First, when an app is using location tracking in the background, iOS 13 periodically launches a pop-up that reminds the user that they granted this permission and offers the option to switch it off. So you might think, I need the Apple Card to keep track of me. And then, but after the first week, they don't really need to keep track of you. They know where you.
That's right. So you can turn it off.
For example, second, we now have the option of requiring an app to ask for permission every single time it wants to access your location.
That's right. It does for me, because as I've mentioned before, the boys and I are big fans of Pokemon, and we have the location on there because when you walk, you get points with the Pokemon, and so that's always on. It's always tracking. It's always tracking how many Ks we walk, how many steps we take, that sort of stuff. And it asks every sort of month or so, whatever it is. It asks if you want Google to, Apple to turn it off. And you either say yes or no. We leave Pokemon on because we use it all the time. But there's a lot of other apps that we use that, do you want them to have your location? No. You can say no.
No, that's right. You can say yes or you can say no. That's the important bit is it's your choice. It's your choice. That's the important bit. Now, and the other good thing about this is Google has also followed suit with similar privacy protections in Android 10. So it's raised the game for everybody.
That's right.
Is great.
It is. It's awesome.
Now, Fast Company reports that the combination of these two things has seen a 68% fall in background location tracking and a 24% fall in foreground tracking, which is while the app is open. App developers have been able to monetize your location data by letting advertisers serve location-based ads.
Yeah.
This allows for them to promote local outlets or push offers on products sold nearby. The piece says that they will still be able to do this using your IP address, but will provide a less reliable and granular location. So they know my IP address is in Sydney, so I'll get more Sydney ads. I won't get an ad for Kentucky Fried Chicken, Mulgoa Road or whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's actually really good, and I'm glad that like Google or Samsung and that sort of thing have gone, well, we probably need to get on board with this too then.
Yeah.
And you're right, you don't need, a lot of the apps ask for your location and they don't need it. And
well, they do. They just want to they're trying to monetize. You're already paying for the app, or you're watching all the ads that are in the app anyway.
Yeah.
Now, Apple highlights iPhone 11 slow feature in adventurous new videos. Now, we've got links, of course, in the show notes to the videos. Yep. They're on YouTube. Apple continues to promote the slow feature of iPhone 11. The company has shared 2 new advertisements for the feature on YouTube, highlighting the slow-mo selfie capabilities of the iPhone 11 and iPhone 11 Pro. Today's new videos continue an Apple trend of highlighting the slow feature of the new iPhone 11 in different environments. Now this one happens, these 2 are both in the snow, and one where he goes through this big powder, like he's obviously got it on his stick, looking at him, slow-mo, but it's like your face gets covered in snow, like it's in, when it comes back, you can see all the snow in his mouth. Apple invented the slowfie term as a way to describe the slow motion selfie features of the latest iPhone models. The iPhone 11 and iPhone 11 Pro are the first phones to support slow motion video recording with the front facing camera at 120 frames per second. The term slowfie is actually found nowhere within iOS, but rather is simply the marketing term Apple is using for the feature. Apple mentioned the term on stage when it announced the iPhone 11, but taking slow-mo movies in the camera app is simply referred as slow-mo.
Yep.
So as I said, there are links. Anything else you can think? Anything else we've heard?
What's something else? I can't remember it now. Yeah. I will remember it. It was because it was something to do with Apple.
Wait, as soon as I hit that stop recording button,
I know.
It'll come back to you. It's great. Yeah. Happens to me all the time. Now, don't forget the show notes link each week on the show upload, the link being aussiemaczone.com.au/AMZ319 in this instance. There you'll be able to get the last 6 weeks' shows and notes. You can email michael@aussiemaczone.com.au or Zarn@aussiemaczone.com.au. Spotify, just search for Aussie Mac Zone. iHeartRadio, you probably just search for Aussie Mac Zone.
Yep.
Google Podcast now, Aussie Mac Zone.
Yep.
Thanks to our sponsors this week being Microseconds and IT Help to You. Most importantly, our supporters, you, our listeners, they're definitely the most important people.
Absolutely.
Over to you for the sign-off, sir.
Yes, it's been very hot show today, and I don't mean because we've been in the room. So thanks for watching. Remember, an apple a day keeps the androids away. See you guys.